Thomas, I'm coming back now to do the entree part of the meal. I have some chicken thighs out here, some boneless. No, they're really not skinless, that's why I'm going to just trim them up here. Chicken thighs. Chicken thighs are very versatile. You can do a lot with chicken thighs. Right now I am just trimming off the extra skin off of these couple of thighs that I have. And we're going to just trim them off real easy. Nothing too fancy schmancy here. You just want to trim them up nice. I mean, you get the kind of the idea of what I'm doing here. Just take that extra skin off. You don't really need. It's just extra added fat that we don't really need right now. We're just going to put those aside. It's not really a lot of chicken, just a little bit I had left over from another meal, and figured I'd try this dish. So this is like an experimental recipe I'm coming up with here. Something simple. So after we do that, we're going to take those, we're going to put them into a bag here. Okay? Real simple. Usually you wrap these between cellophane, but I'm going to do them like this. So you put them in a bag, you take your mallet, and we're going to pound them out a little bit. We're just going to pound them out a little bit. Flatten them out. You might want to use a side if you feel like it's tearing up your chicken a little bit too much. We're just going to do that like that. Then we're going to take them really quick. We're going to put them in a flour mixture here. I got a salt and pepper. Well, actually no salt, I'm sorry. Just some pepper, some garlic powder, and some onion powder that I mentioned earlier when I was going through the intro on tonight's food. But you're just going to give a quick little dusting of some flour. And we're going to get them like this. And then I'll bring them over to the stove top, and I'll show you what we're going to do from there. Alright folks, I'm over here on the other side by the stove. I'm going to add a little olive oil here to a pan. And what I'm going to do, I've got my onions here ready to go in a pan. I've got my mushrooms that I sliced up. Probably about maybe about 8 mushrooms or so, good sized ones. Slice those up so you get a nice slice. You know, sliced mushrooms, just slice them this way. I got my potatoes going for my garlic mashed potatoes. Those should be done shortly as well. I'm going to actually shut those down because I think they're about done. You want to just have them where you can stick a fork in them nice, where they're not mush again. You make a mashed potatoes. Okay, so I got my oil heated up here. What we're going to do is we're going to take our chicken thighs that pounded out nice with a little bit of flour on them, and we're just going to grill them in the pan here for a little bit, fry them up there a little bit. Not a lot, because we're going to finish them off in the oven anyway. So, but this is the process we're going to do. I've got my bacon dish here ready, which we're going to use. So when I pull the chicken out, I'm going to take and put those right into this bacon dish. So let me finish up here, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright, I'm continuing to fry them up. Don't think I'm an alcoholic, people. I just like to drink, you know, and don't we all drink, whatever else is your pleasure in life. But anyway, I got these about where I need them. If you want to come over here and take a little gander look. That's about all you want to do. You just want to kind of give them a nice little brown color we got right there. Just get them nice there. Okay, we're going to move these over to the bacon dish. We're just going to set them in there. Now our pan's going. We're going to put our garlic and our onions that we had. I had chopped up some garlic, coarse chopped, not really fine. And I sliced up one onion. So just basically one onion and maybe one bulb of garlic's worth of garlic cloves. So what we're going to do is we'll continue to saute that somewhat here. And in a moment, what we're going to do is we're going to add let's add a little more olive oil. Okay, you can never have enough. It's like wine. You never have enough. Okay, but you don't want to make it oily either. You don't want your finished product to be too oily. I wish you could smell this, guys. It's like, mwah. Smells so good. I love the smell of garlic when it's cooking. It's just very aromatic. And this is the first time I attempt this dish. Like I said, this is a leftover chicken thighs I had. So I'm just kind of coming up with a recipe. I usually do a chicken masala, which I've done a number of times. This is kind of the same idea as a chicken masala, but it's, seeing I've only got the Merlot / Cabernet. It's kind of like a mix between my two favorite red wines. I love Cab and I love Merlot. I came across this stuff in Costco the other day. It's a Merlot Cabernet Sauvignon mix. So how better can you get than that? You're two great wines in one bottle, and now in one glass. But anyway, we're going to continue to saute this up here a little bit. They're almost to where I want them to be. Okay. You can come over here, take a quick look in this pan so you get an idea. I'm kind of browning them a little bit, but not overly too much. Just a little bit. I want those flavors to come out. I want those flavors to work. I'm not really browning them to the point of caramelization. I'm more or less spreading the onions, browning the garlic a little bit, but getting it to where you can see in the pan. It's about what you want to do. Stay on that pan. I'm going to come over here real quick. Let me grab out a knife. Grab a little chunk of some butter here. I'm going to throw that in there, and I'm going to mix that in here. Because as I add my other components, my wine being one of them, and I might need to make a little bit of a roux later on. I'm not going to do that right yet, but I want to get a little bit more of a buttery flavor in there. And okay, we're going to get about this. About that. That's about what we want. Okay, nothing too well done, nothing too underdone. And now I'm just going to come over. I'm going to grab a little bit of my wine, same wine we use on the mushrooms, and I'm going to add a little wine here. Take a look here. I'm probably going to add about maybe 3/4 of a cup, half a cup to 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to let that reduce down, and I'll be right back. Okay, at this point, my onions and garlic have rendered down pretty good with the wine. I'm going to add in my mushrooms. Because I don't want the mushrooms to end up being mush. That's why I added them last. They're still going to go in the oven. They're still going to bake. So as long as I get all that flavoring incorporated, I know a lot of people are like, well, you know, when you're cooking the onions and the garlic, you should have did the mushrooms too. Well, I agree. Sometimes, yeah. But not in this case, because I'm finishing it in the oven. And I don't want to be eating mushy. I like my mushrooms in dishes to still have a little consistency to them and not just break apart and be nothing. So let me just finish this up here. I'm going to add a little more wine. Okay, let me just put that down really quick. I'm going to come over. I'm going to add a little more wine, maybe about another 1/4 of a cup or so. There we go. And I'll be right back with you. All right, everybody, I got this right about where I want it, and everything looks good. I'm going to just shut that heat off, and I'm just going to pour this mixture that I made right over that chicken breast, or no, I should say chicken thighs, not chicken breast. And I'm going to put it in the oven and get the other components ready, my mashed potatoes, my garlic mashed potatoes, my sauteed spinach. And when this comes out of the oven, we'll get back together and we'll see what we come up with. Alright, so my mashed potatoes are done. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little, kind of like a little, very hot, kind of just do a little piping action here for the potatoes. You know what, let's not even go there. We're not even going to go there with that. we're just going to spoon them on. So I wanted to make a nice little presentation, but it wasn't working as I had hoped. So that's okay. We're just going to make it like this. All right, people. I've got my spinach all done. We're going to add that to our plate right here, like so. I'm just trying to show you a little plating, and it's not going to be nothing fancy schmancy, that's what I'm sure. And now I'm going to pull out my chicken, spin in there for about 20 minutes or so at 350. I'm going to add that. I'm going to get a nice piece of chicken there. And I'm going to add that to our mix. And take some of those juices and just put them over the top. Okay, everybody. I'm going to cut into that. And I'm sure it'll be wonderful. Let me just take that out of the way there. And this is our plate we have. Let me finish by saying I've got my garlic mashed potatoes, my sauteed spinach, and my chicken merlot and mushroom thighs. I don't know. I'm going to try it, and I'll let you know if it was great, if it sucked, or whatever. We're going to find out. But that's what I do. I create menus. I try something. You know, if it doesn't come out good, I don't make it again. Or I learn to critique it and have it come out better. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. My main intent tonight was those stuffed mushrooms. Those came out phenomenal. They always do. And I want you to know how to make those. Just follow my directions on those. If you want a little bit more in depth, let me know, and I'll be sure and let you know. Otherwise, have a great night. I'm going to try and enjoy this meal, and I think it's going to be great. So have a wonderful evening, folks. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.